risk and resilience. And we will do more with this in class, so I'm just going to give you the basics here. So a definition of risk is increased vulnerability to disorder, especially, for the purposes of our course. So if someone is at risk for a disorder, that's what we're talking about, increased vulnerability. We know that we should be particularly concerned about kids who have multiple risks, okay? Multiple risks, more concerning than just one single risk. We know that risks cluster. So if somebody's, it says here, low parental education, right? So mom and dad don't have a high school degree. That might be a risk factor. And that probably clusters with a risk factor of living in a disadvantaged community, okay? Like clustering with low SES or socioeconomic status. We also know that the intensity, timing, and duration of the risk matters, right? For example, the age at which your parents get a divorce, we know changes the impact of that divorce on the developing child, and how intense the stressor is, how long did living in poverty last, for example. Risk factors, individual, family, and social characteristics associated with increased vulnerability. Here are some of them shown in red here: poverty, non-normative stressful events like death of a parent, God forbid, something like that, learning difficulties, abuse, racial injustice. On the flip side, resilience. This is when people who are resilient show adaptation or competence in spite of adversity, right? So in other words, a relatively positive outcome despite adverse or traumatic experiences. So we're always interested in identifying protective factors. So people, who've all gone through the same trauma, being able to predict, what are the protective factors that would lead them to have more optimum adaptation later on. So protective factors, individual, family, social characteristics associated with positive adaptation and resiliency. Things like high intelligence, supportive parents, having a cheerful mood or an optimistic, glasses half full attitude. All right, did I make 15 minutes? I don't know. That's all, folks.